we're live. And we're live.
Let's do it.
Mac Daddy. Coming at you live. Gotta start looking at the camera more.
Hey.
Let's see here.
These lights are so bright for some reason right now.
I know. I should turn it off. Let's see. This is the best part of every show we do.
Oh, yeah.
The first minute of us doing nothing.
Silent staring.
Me clicking off into the ether. Your boy did get a fade, though.
I can tell, man. I was going to say something.
Looking good. I should just do the show in front of the camera, just me.
You should. Yeah.
Sorry, Eddie.
Just close up.
You're SOL.
I'm okay with that, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, you should totally do that. I think you've got like the perfect amount of stubble right now.
A little straight, yeah. I'm just
It's looking
I'm
nice.
ready to go. Gonna go Hollywood. All right, let's tweet this link out. Oh, what's up, Shelby?
Hey.
Shelby's here.
So did you do the move where like you got the haircut a few days before so it grows out a little bit?
Exactly, yes.
Gotcha.
Come hangle your dangle. I'm stretching so far to type right now.
Like a mummy or a zombie right now.
It's how zombies type. Recording now. Paste. Tweet. All right. How are you doing, Shelby? How's the audio sound? I tried to pump it up a little bit. Moldy Orange said it was too low.
Is it coming through the mics or is it still?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's mics. And then what I'm doing is I'm outputting Reaper, which is the the DAW.
Yeah.
The digital. No, wait. Is that the DAW? Digital audio? I don't know. Wait. And that's exported into the phone, which is connected to the Mevo, which is connected to YouTube.
Gotcha.
Not to get too technical, Eddie.
Knee bones connected to the YouTube.
Yes.
All right.
Ooh, shit, I got a Al Borland vibe tonight, too. My dad flannel.
No, not quite. I think it's too bright for a boy.
Yeah. I've got a cool Seb, good listener of the show, sent me this shirt from a donut store in San Diego.
Okay.
It's a play. It's called Donut Friend. And, just reading the chat. And it's a play on my favorite band of all time called Drive Like Jehu, which is a San Diego band.
Oh, okay.
Not anymore. They're long gone. Now they made a new band called Hot Snakes.
But it's the same people?
Mostly. It's the same singer and guitar player. The guitar player has also made a band called Rocket from the Crypt. It's this whole San Diego scene.
Gotcha.
Anyways, the drummer from that band, his name's Mark Trombino. Mm-hmm. He made a donut store, so all the donuts are named after punk rock bands.
Oh, that's cool.
This guy's an awesome producer, though. He produced like Jimmy Eat World's albums and Blink-182's albums. Look him up, Mark Trombino.
Mark Trombino.
Drive Like Jehu. This is the boring shit.
I think
we don't
talked
talk about it on the
before.
podcast. Probably.
Yeah.
After all these years. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to do, Mike, to make the show louder. I'd have to dig in, but let's just roll with it. Actually, I could probably do this. Does that make the show louder? Test.
Hey, testing.
Hey, we're doing a test.
Test 1.
Doing a test.
Mic check.
That's going to get loud as hell. Actually, you know what? I think I can look on this. Hello, test. Yeah, those levels seem better.
Oh, is there levels on there?
Yeah, see that level
okay.
bar?
Yeah, that's cool.
God, the delay, though.
Yeah, I need to sit up.
I know, yeah.
I'm all like,
Get your shit together, Eddie. One of these episodes, I was like rocking like this the whole show, and Oh, Mike Bodge.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, fuck you, Mike. You bitch. Mike likes to front and act like he doesn't care, but he loves the show. He fucking loves it. And he's my boy, so you don't have to be rude, Mike. You can show me some real intimacy. We can have a real relationship. Dick. All right, let's get started, Eddie. Do. All right, I got to read this story. I'm starting the show off reading an article, and it's really far away on the computer screen. Right,
You have your contacts in?
I don't. I should put my glasses on. Okay. All right. 283. One more sip of my tea.
Yeah, I'll join you. Cheers.
Cheers. Save it for the show. Buy a mug. Mugs are at cost. I think we get paid $1 per mug, Eddie. So if we sell 1 million mugs, we're made. All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to a brand new episode of Save It for the Show with Dan and Eddie. This is episode 283 of your favorite comedy podcast, where every week Eddie and I sit down, we make each other laugh, we have a great time, and we don't always start the show reading an article about sex dolls. But
Not always.
Not always. But we do like to dive deep in the show and talk about weird stuff, jizzy stuff, marriage stuff,
Yes.
sex stuff. And when real people in real life, like a lot of the people you work with right now are listening to the show.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, doing a show as two non-famous, normal people,
Mm-hmm.
the fact that a lot of our friends actually listen to the show too is just as high a form of a compliment as strangers.
Oh, definitely.
Because people are always surprised, I think, that the show sounds legit
Mm-hmm.
and is actually pretty funny. Always surprised.
Yeah.
And so a friend of mine in real life, his name's Martin, he heard about the podcast from a mutual friend of ours named Kathy. Shout out to you both. And I think he thought like, oh, fuck, I'll check it out.
Of course he does a podcast.
Of course.
Everyone does.
Every swinging dick around does a podcast these days. And he checked it out, and now he's a fan.
Awesome.
And so he sent me a great article that he said, buddy, this is perfect for the show.
Mm-hmm.
You can totally talk about this. And hoo boy, he's right. Now, sex dolls, things of that nature, that's not a new story.
No.
You know, these sex dolls have been around for a while. Then a show like Westworld comes out and I think completely ruins the notion of how far, or of what you think a sex doll should be.
Yeah.
Because in Westworld, there are fully realized emotions, people that are robots.
Yeah.
And people go to Westworld and kill them and fuck them and rape them and do all these terrible things. The sex, we're not quite there yet. You know, we're not
No,
quite there yet.
Definitely not.
Every few months, Boston Dynamics will release a new video of like, here's the breakthrough in robot technology.
Mm-hmm.
And the big breakthrough right now is the robot opened a door.
Yeah.
It opened a door.
doorknob.
So how far away do you think we are until a robot is talking dirty in your ear and jerking you off
Yeah.
with a robot finger up your butt? Like,
You know-
we are so far away from that happening.
But you know what's crazy to me is that there is a lot of research going into producing like more realistic sex dolls.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's so much R&D going into that shit.
Totally.
Probably as much as fucking the army invests in trying to develop robots.
Yeah, any kind of robot, if it's a person, there'll be a switch on its back that says, fuck this or don't.
Even if it's not a person, man.
Right, yeah.
You know, because
an
maybe
animal.
maybe it's more okay if it's
Mhm.
just a hunk of metal and not an actual animal.
It's a hunk of metal
Yeah.
at that point. But
Or a
think-
couch or something.
A couch.
You know?
Let
Yeah.
me get an anthropomorphic couch that oohs and ahs,
That'd be amazing.
and maybe it has my sound effects of like,
Of
you know.
shame.
Or no, yeah. All of a sudden you hear like ambient noise of footsteps coming because you're like terrified that your parents are going to come downstairs and get you. But no, and you know what'd be funny too is if you did have the couch you fucked, and you fucked it on a bed. Like, I'm gonna put some rose petals on my
Light
bed.
some candles.
Have sex with a couch, which for new listeners of the show, I fucked a couch when
Yes.
I was a kid.
Episode's called Love Seat.
Love Seat is that episode. So anyways, but think about the amount of effort that will have to go into a true sex doll, because it's not just them looking like a human, but the way they act, the way they smell, you know, their skin has to be warm.
Yeah.
Robots are cold pieces of metal, so there's going to have to be some sort of liquid that's warmed up. I mean, there is so much. And the pussy, you know, or the butthole or the mouth, like the amount of moisture that's going in there, the tightness factor. I mean, this is, the robot opened a door, Eddie. That was the big win. And then every once in a while, it'll show like a dog robot
Yeah.
that looks like something straight from a nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not running like a real dog.
No.
Like it's the uncanny valley. And it's a war machine
Yeah.
that you're not going to want to put your penis in. I mean, maybe you could just strap a fleshlight.
War is hard, man.
That's true. You got to blow off some steam. We're not there yet.
No.
But there are dolls that exist now, and they're more just like corpses. You know, these are just beautiful. And I'll tweet a link out to this story and the website. The website's out there. The name of this company is Lumi Dolls.
Okay.
Lumi Dolls, which kind of sounds like Umi-Car for all my Umizoomi fans out there. I love when I say a joke that like 10 weird parents fucking get. So the Lumi Dolls is a company from Spain, and they've got all these dolls. And I think calling them dolls is, first of all, a mistake.
Okay.
Like, because to me, you call it a doll, that's like a toy that a child would have, but I don't know what you would call it. Like a sex robot also sounds silly. I think that's part of the thing, like our nomenclature for what these things are called. We're also not there yet. Go to this website. He's got, I say he, like it's one man. I mean, this has probably got to be a very complex company that has all these dolls. And let me read you a little bit of this article.
Okay.
So, like I said, go to the website, Lumi Dolls. But this article that was in the New York Post is, I'm just going to read a little bit of it, okay?
Okay.
A Barcelona brothel replaced women with busty sex dolls to allow clients to act out their, quote, wildest fantasies, things they would never try with a real person. So, pause. I think that's the premise on the website, is a lot of it is you can do things with these dolls that you would never do on a real person.
Yeah.
Which I also feel like is a really terrible angle, because that's just saying rape these dolls.
Yeah.
Like, what is there not a thing you can do with a consenting adult? It's rape.
Well, I feel like it would not simulate rape because they're basically corpses.
They just lay there.
Yeah.
Right. So the things you can do to these dolls, I mean, you can't bite them, you can't punch them, you can't destroy them. And that's what I think a lot of these men had to do. They had to close it down because people were defiling these poor robots. Because the thing is, too, you can't afford one of these. I don't know how much they cost. $5,000, $10,000, $20,000.
I mean, they look expensive as fuck, man.
Super
Like,
expensive.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it goes on to say, the owner admitted he was forced to turn away some sick individuals who wanted to act out rape fantasies. Local residents kicked up a storm, and then the cops came to shut it down. And when they got there, it was already gone. It was closed. They had closed down the premises and moved on. But however, these Lumi dolls are booming. And what you do, you can even Uber style order one to your house for like $900. Comes to your house, they drop it off. Maybe you spend the weekend with it. I mean, how many times are you supposed to fuck this thing?
Wait, you spend the weekend with it?
Right, they'll bring it to your house. Like, you can go
You
to a
don't keep
place.
it?
You don't keep it. See, that's the other premise of these. Yeah.
You pay $900 to rent a doll.
Yes.
When you can go to a real brothel and
Right.
probably rent a real
I'm wrong.
woman.
Excuse me. Only $275
Okay.
for a home service.
I feel like you could still get a real woman.
But these guys don't want a real woman because real women say no, they push back, they judge you. You know, after they see your tiny ass dick and you blow a load in 3 seconds, like they give you a look like, oh, baby, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like these dolls don't say that. Like I think the article goes on to say how the technology's not there yet. You know, there's no substitute for a real live warm person.
But I no shit.
Of course, no shit. But I don't think these people necessarily want that. And so the other thing you can do is it's $90 if you go there to spend 30 minutes with the doll. $90 just to hang out with it, bang it, and go about your day. Yeah.
I don't even
I know.
$90
Right.
to do what you can essentially do alone with a porno
Right.
in your hand.
I know. Well, listen, they're sponsoring the show now, though. So I would love to have a Lumi doll sitting right here between you and I. It goes on to say, customers are encouraged to wear condoms. So, you know, you got to wear a condom when you fuck the robot for your own protection. And my thought, too, was, you know, you could stealth on that robot. You know, right before you're about to go in, you just pull the condom off. And maybe you're too worried yourself because, you know, like every once in a while, a witch's kiss.
Yeah.
Like our friend English Paul, the tip of your dick mouth, if it bumps a public toilet, you got to cut your dick off. I mean, you need a new dick after that. which is funny because then I feel like guys act so disgusted about that, but then they would totally fuck a robot prostitute with no condom. Like it's no thing.
I hope on this website there's an entire page dedicated to the sanitation of...
There's not. There's not even a frequently asked questions page.
What?
Yes, which I feel like I've got so many questions.
Yes.
I would need to see the fact page. No fact page, just page after page of girls. And the very odd thing about a lot of these women is they have like really long, pendulous breasts. Like some of them look insane, like anime. Mm-hmm. Some look very normal, but then some of them look like cartoon characters, which I feel like would be much less popular than like the real normal beautiful women.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these women's breasts are like foot and a half long, long, weird. And some of their names, because of the translation, it's like Brianna Cow, C-O-W. And I wonder if that's just like a poor translation, meaning milk bags.
It's gotta be.
Or something. Go to this website. It's insane. The other thing too, so you go to these places and just like a karaoke bar, you get a room and there's a TV and it's playing porn, really set the mood for you and your doll. And like I said, their names are funny.
What?
And so when you get in there, you would say like, I want to get in there and I want Katie. There's one named Katie. I'm reading her name.
Okay. And
I want her in doggy style, face down, ass up. And there's 3 looks you can choose from.
Okay.
Is this too much? Are we talking too much about this? Is this still interesting?
I'm interested.
Okay. There's 3 looks: executive, schoolgirl, or fitness woman.
What?
And I thought to myself, you know what? Out of all those, give me the fitness woman. Like, what does that mean? She has on like Lululemon.
Yeah, I don't understand.
And a jog bra or something.
So this is just for their dress, like what they're wearing?
Right, because this is all part of, I guess, the service that you go there, they set her up for you, you go into the room, there's probably condoms, 07 is playing or some, chill trip hop bullshit.
Okay.
And then you fuck the robot.
So, like, how heavy are these robots? Can you switch positions, or do you have to call someone in?
Oh my God!
Hey man, I'd like to switch it up.
Right, you like get on.
It's like, give me 10 minutes, bro.
I mean, like your dick's in it. You're like, fuck, I want to flip this thing around. You give me 10 minutes, or it breaks, or something. I don't know. I mean, yeah, prices start at $2,000.
That is,
and just go up. It's a flourishing business, and I think we've just seen the beginning of this.
I just don't understand why. Like, you can pay for human companionship for that much money.
I think that's the thing. They don't want human. They want psychopath. And listen, I'm not saying this because I think in the future I would have sex with a robot. I have sex with myself all the time. And so I think I would. But then I've talked about this all the time. The storage of it. Like, I can't even hide
You're just gonna put
candy
a body in your closet.
Right. I can't hide candy in my house without my kids finding it. How on earth am I going to hide a woman?
Yeah.
A 130-pound robot woman that dad fucks. And then what if my kids walk in and see me having sex with the robot?
Or even just find it in your closet. Like, how do you explain that?
That's terrifying. I'd rather them find a loaded gun than dad's sex robot in the closet. And the cleaning of it, too. Like, I wonder if, like, the vagina removes and they put that in the dishwasher.
It's got to be something like that,
know?
man. Or like a steam-powered dildo that you shove up there.
There's a cleaning
a
dick.
UV light dildo, right?
And that's, you put that in there.
You put that in there.
Cleans it out like a Sonicare toothbrush thing. Okay, I mean, the
man.
future,
Yeah.
Eddie. I can't wait for the future. The future is now. The other thing about the future that's really annoying me is, oh shit, I didn't record the show. Fuck. Okay, that's okay. I'm recording it on this.
Okay.
We got too excited. Sorry. Oh man, now I'm gonna have to splice it out. Whatever. We'll make it work.
Good thing we had a backup.
Yeah, seriously. So totally lost my train of thought. God, I've never done that before in 283 shows.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jesus Christ. All right. What was I talking about? I had a segue going too. Totally derailed. Fuck. Ugh.
Speaking of...
You know what? Let's check the chat room since we have to hose things here. Oh, there's a lot going on. Mike Bodge, who are you talking to? Oh, Dylan. Oh, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man?
Dylan, hanging out. All right, back to the show. Fuck me. Really pissed off now. All right. So, yeah, They're the future, Eddie.
Yeah.
And they're a great time. What's not a great time to me right now is over the holidays, when I went to my son's junior high school for a holiday program, there was a Christmas tree there, and they made a big to-do about it, like, yo, there's names on this Christmas tree for students who need presents.
Okay.
And that made me so sad just to think, the stuff on there is like coats and CD player, stuff like that. And so, of course, I grabbed one on my way out. And on my way out, my wife and I grabbed one, and we look at it, and it said a Hyrdoflask on it. Do you know what a Hyrdoflask is?
It's a water bottle.
It's a water bottle.
Yeah.
So I said, just like any person, like, oh, it's a water bottle. Let me go on Zon.
Yeah.
Let me just hit that Zon, Amazon, see what's prime. You know what? I'm going to order 2 water bottles for this girl. I look it up, and then I also thought to myself, too, what if other students see, you don't see names, but I just feel like, if anyone ever found out that your name was on there, there's so much shame already for these poor damn kids. And so anyways, I said, you know what? Let's get 2. Okay. They're like $20 each, a cool water bottle. We'll do that. We're done. Send those to the school, and I never thought anything of it. Fast forward to now, and Evan, who's 11, comes home and says, I want a Hydro Flask. I said, what are you talking about? You got so many water bottles, who cares? No, I need a Hydro Flask. It's like the cool bottle to have. And now it's like a thing. First of all, it's like a $60, $70 water bottle. It's a water bottle that holds water.
Yeah.
And it costs that much money.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and so he's all about it. He wants to get it. And then all of a sudden I thought, like, man, I remember this. Like, I remember being in junior high, and it was like the Reebok pumps.
Oh, yeah.
Or what else? Maybe not even a shoe, but there's always something kind of cool that seems outlandish that nobody would ever spend that much money on, except, like, I don't know, rich people or grown-ups.
Yeah.
And some jackass in junior high, a student, wants one of these things. So he used his money, and he bought one.
And he got one?
And he got one.
So did she start the trend, or was she jumping on the bandwagon?
No, I think she was jumping on.
Gotcha.
And for, like, people like me and you, I couldn't be caught dead spending that much money on a thing like that.
Yeah.
But I bet it's dope.
Yeah. So
we just got it today. And he's like, I'm going to take it to baseball practice. I said, no. And, of course, my wife said, honey, we bought him this to use. What, he's not supposed to take it? And I was like, what if it gets scratched?
Yeah.
Like, look what you've done here. Right? Meanwhile, I have a $1,000 phone in my pocket that I treat like shit and take into the toilet all the time. But God bless this $60 thing. Is there anything you can think of, though, when you were a kid that you just were dying to have, saved your money for, and finally got?
Like how old are we talking? Like Evan's age?
I'd say junior high.
Probably like a polo or a Tommy Hilfiger jacket or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Which now you would never in your life spend $300 on a jacket.
No.
Unless it was, I don't know, a suit jacket or something that you would use for 10 years.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, in high school, no kid in high school in their right mind should be wearing some $300 jacket.
It's ridiculous, man.
I watched that 13 Reasons Why I was telling you.
Oh, yeah.
I know you watched it too. Man, that made me, first of all, it was long as shit.
Yeah.
It was like the longest 13-hour show I've ever seen in my life.
Like after we got past the second episode, I told Kristen, my wife, I was like, I don't know if I want to watch the rest of this show. Like, I'm not really into it, but I need to find out what happens. So we just watched it anyway.
Gotta watch what happens. There's some intense shit in it, and the last 2 episodes are graphic as fuck.
Yeah.
But the point being, it's about a girl in high school who kills herself. That's not a spoiler. It's the entire premise of the show. But it just made me so sad for high school and my goddamn kids when they get into high school. We're in for it.
Yeah, definitely.
We're in for it. Another reason we're going to be in for it is because of my children's heritage. And I finally got my Ancestor.com.
Okay.
I sent my spit in the mail for my wife. She said to, quote, find out how Jewey I am. And this might come as a surprise to you, Eddie. The results are in, and it's legit.
Okay.
Just like if you did this, I mean, what would your results say? 100% Filipino, maybe, or like 90% with like little dots of just whatever.
Yeah. I know there's some Spanish in my blood somewhere, but I don't think a lot.
Mine basically was like that, but for Jews. So let me read some of my results.
Okay.
Here.
Oh, this is what this is? Okay.
Yeah, that's what this is. So, and it's all an estimate. This is all fuzzy science. So it said that I'm 62% European Jewish.
Okay.
Okay. And then 20% European East. So that's 82%. And then the other 18%, and I bet you this is for most people, is just all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
There's like African in there and China, just like all sorts of stuff. And so this, I don't have a country that I've identified with. You know, I'm not Italian, so it's not like Italy or Greece or anything like this. And so these are the countries that apparently make up like 80% of who I am. Okay? Lithuania, Latvia, the Ukraine, Western Russia, Northern Poland, Lithuania. Dude, it's fucking Russian as hell. Like, I am super Russian.
Hello, my friend.
Seriously. And I feel like my whole family is a lie.
That's crazy.
Because I don't have, like, cool, dope, super rich relatives in West Belarus who I can go check out their cool house.
Yeah. Oh, you never know, man.
That's what I want to find out. You know, I've got all this deep, super Jewey, Eastern European blood in me.
Yeah.
I gotta dig in here.
So what's the next step then? Like, now you know this. How do you go find your long lost relatives?
I should just go there.
Is there a family tree thing that you can do?
You can. So here's what you can do. When you enter yourself into this database, and now you're part of the system, and you can say, let me be contacted by people. And I went in there, and the problem is, it's only as good as the data. So all these people haven't done it. Like, they're not in their system because my Latvian, you know, people, they're not in the system, and there isn't like one grand database. Like, it would be pretty cool, or maybe not, if there was this database to rule them all. So they're not in there. So there's nothing for them to do. I can't tell you. I don't know. So we should just go there on an adventure.
Let's do it.
We're going to go to northeast Poland and find the fields. The fields of there.
I wonder if that's even a name that's there.
No.
In Poland?
No. I knew there was some Polish in me because my mom's maiden name before it was cut off at Ellis Island is Smolenski.
Oh,
so,
okay.
I mean, that's Polish as hell.
Yeah.
So I wasn't too surprised to find that. But I urge anyone to do it. It wasn't that expensive. It's very interesting. That you get a cool map that shows you sort of like this heat map of where your DNA is from, and kind of throughout the years too, where potentially your family was. And it showed me, it was like, you know, you were in Eastern Europe, and then boom, now your DNA is in America at this point. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
I think you should just pick a country and roll with it.
I should.
Hardcore.
I should. I mean, out of all this list, so yeah, Lithuanian, Latvian, and Ukrainian, I could be any of those.
Yeah. I like Belarus, though. It sounds
Belarus, you know? I'm hella Belarusian these days. There's other cool ones like Moldova.
Oh, okay.
Is somebody from Moldova? Moldova's up in my business.
Is Romania?
Romania is there. Slovakia. Dude, all of them.
Yeah.
All right, man? All of them. All right. So do it, okay? I wish I had an offer code and percent job. I would do it too. You know I do have an offer code? BZRK.
Oh, yeah.
Audio.com.
Tweeters.
Get your tweeters.
Please.
Get all your speakers from our boy Sly over there. Because the thing is, if advertising is the reason why all the shit you listen to is free.
Yeah.
And Blue Apron and all that bullshit that you don't care about, who cares? Buy some speakers from Sly. They're great. BZRK Audio. He supports the show. He gives us money that I then put into advertising.
There you go.
He advertises with us, and then I advertise with other people.
Circle of life.
It's a circle of life, and it's helping the show out a lot. The other thing to be a bitch for the show is give us iTunes ratings.
Yes.
You know, it's kind of hard to write a review, and I feel like what's happened with reviews because of real reviews is when people do write a review, they want to be funny, or they want to be cute, or they want to seem clever. Fuck all that.
Yeah.
Just write a review, give us 5 stars, and say great show. Nobody cares. Nobody reads it. I read it. And I look at it. If you want me to think you're cool and funny and cute, send me an email. savefortheshow@gmail.com. But with reviews, especially if you listen in iTunes, you just hit the fucking 5.
Yeah.
Hit the 5-star. All right, we're close to 200 ratings, and I feel like that's a good little milestone for us to eclipse.
Do they have like any type of like laid out milestones? Like, hey, you've hit 200. That means that you get a bump in anything.
No, like I know at YouTube, when you get like 10,000 subscribers, they give you a plaque or a trophy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then 100,000, you get a gold thing. Like there's all these milestones for YouTube, but Apple treats iTunes like shit.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't do jack shit for iTunes, for Apple, or blah, 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 for podcasts and stuff like that. So there's no milestones. There's no trophy.
Disappointing.
Yeah, BZRK audio. A segment of the show that we haven't done in a long ass time.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned, get at me if you want to chat with me. I'm very active on Twitter.
Yes.
I run our Twitter account, which is at Sift Show, and I have my own personal one, which is at Dan the Beast, which is confusing and weird that I run 2 accounts and basically I'm the same personality on both of them. Whatever. But I had a couple tweets. I used to have a segment called Tweets from Dan You Might Have Missed.
Yes.
Because a lot of people, their only relationship with the show is the audio of the podcast. That's totally fine. But we do have a Twitter, and we do have an active subreddit and stuff like that. And so for those of you that might have missed a tweet, every once in a while when I tweet something and it gets popular, I'm going to read it on here. And I wasn't expecting this tweet to be very popular. This is true. Friday night, I'm dying to finish this 13 Reasons Why. Because I gotta finish this bullshit show. And it's Friday night, and I said to Nicole, baby, we gotta power through at least 2 of these. Maybe 3. Like, put your fucking hat on, babe. We're getting through these. Excuse me. And she's so tired. Oh, I'm so tired. It's like 9 o'clock. And so I tweeted, Lord, give my wife the strength to stay up past 9 p.m. on a Friday night. And I just tweeted it. And then I got in bed with her. And I was kind of a dick to her because she was falling asleep. And I was like, babe, wake up. Wake up. And I kind of woke her up. And then all of a sudden she goes, you fucking tweeted about me? And I said, whoa, what? She's like, I can't, listen, you can be mad at me, and now you're making me look like a tired baby on the internet. And because it was pretty popular, I got like 30 likes, it sort of percolated its way up to the top of her feed. And she saw it, and she was annoyed with me. What's new? And she did stay up, though. We did power through about 2 episodes. There you go. That was a good tweet. This other tweet, too. So, all these shootings going on, Trump got himself in trouble because he said he wanted to talk to video game makers.
Yeah.
It's here in America, we're the only country with rap music, heavy metal, bad video games. Like, people like to think that Grand Theft Auto's only in America.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
And all these other countries don't have mass shootings. There's clearly something else going on. And I tweeted that, because when he was becoming president, there was all these fucking nerds, all these like Reddit nerds who I think relished the fact that they're trolls, and who of course they want to support the biggest troll ever, Trump.
Yeah.
But these guys also play a shit ton of video games too. And I just thought, I made a tweet like, dude, the guy that you thought is now coming after your precious video games and your sex dolls. He's going to come after your sex dolls too. So don't fuck around, you goddamn idiots. And that's it. All right, that's all I got.
Nice.
Let's do some questions.
Let's do it.
Do some questions, and we will get out of here. All right. I don't even know where we're at. What time is the show? Okay. Ba-ba-boo. At some point here, Nicole's going to walk in with Evan from baseball, too.
Oh, are they still out?
Yes. You're going to hear beep, beep when the alarm goes off. All right. Oh, good. They're home right now. I can save it for the stream, and I'm not going to put that on the podcast. Fuck, I'm so mad still, Eddie.
So do you have to pull the audio from YouTube?
I'm going to have to, get the video, download it to my computer, rip the audio, and then I'm not going to be able to mess with your and my levels to make us both sound at the same volume. Okay. All right. For everybody at home watching. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. My wife and son just walked in. I'm letting them walk by so they don't get picked up. Then the show will go on. All right, I think
you should get Evan in here to talk about the Hyrdoflask.
I know, right? I should.
And get his take on these sex dolls, too.
Yeah. I think, I still got that picture up here. Yeah, what do you think about this? All right, here we go.
You got questions? We got answers.
All right, we love questions on Save It For The Show. SaveItForTheShow.com/contact. You can be anonymous. You can send us a note, SaveItForTheShow@gmail.com, or like I said, on Twitter, @SiftShow, and on our Reddit. So, great listener of the show, his name's James. I posted on the subreddit, yo, what's up? And he said a few things in that I wanted to touch on. The show Atlanta. Do you watch the show Atlanta?
That was going to be my real treat.
Oh, well then put a pin in it. Okay. He's all about that.
Okay.
And he had a follow-up here from the last week's episode, Jiffy Lube, that he thinks that there's a conspiracy theory that Tupac lives in Cuba with his godmother, Assata Shakur. And to look that up.
I've actually heard that before.
Yeah, there's a lot out there. A lot of theories and a lot of thinking about that. So, yeah, I was talking about last week's show that I think Tupac's still alive, chilling up in Cuba. And a lot of people believe that too, man.
Let's go to Cuba too.
Let's go to Cuba.
Check it out.
I don't have any Cubanese in me, unfortunately.
Okay.
Or Cubano, I guess it would be. So, yeah, the point of this too is go to the subreddit because it's a great place to interact with us and leave questions. And some of the personalities from the show are on the English Paul's always all up in that. Yeah. Moldy Orange Peel, who runs it. Come hang out. Now, here's a question. What's your most embarrassing moment? For me, it was in my early 20s. I worked in a retail store on the East Coast during the holidays. It was early December, and the temperatures were cold. One Saturday morning, a gentleman with a full beard and mustache walked into our shop and approached the counter. I looked toward him and said, "May I help you, sir?" And as I glanced toward him, I noticed a huge, bloody, dry booger hanging from his mustache, dangling by a whisker. "I'm here to pick up my order," he said, and pulled out his wallet. And all of a sudden, I started retching, full-blown guttural barfing, which rose from my toes, and I roared like a lion. I ran toward the trash basket and buried my face, gagging uncontrollably. He called for me several times, but I just couldn't go back toward him. Eventually, he walked out in disgust. So, man, that must have been quite a booger.
Yeah.
Barfing over a booger? I don't think I mean...
I feel like I've seen way gnarlier shit than that.
Right.
And haven't barfed.
Totally. But maybe this person doesn't have kids.
Maybe.
I mean, the amount of boogers that we've cleaned over the years.
Yeah. One time, one of my dogs ate the other dog's shit and then threw it up all over the place. And just the smell was instant, like vomit. Okay. And my wife thought I was being a baby. No. And then she went over. Then she's like, okay, yeah, you're right.
So much of that is smell. Yeah. It's shit. Yeah. It's puke. Boogers have none of that going for them. People eat boogers all the time.
It's true, yeah. It's a delicacy.
I don't think I've eaten a booger into my entire life.
Like, I know I've eaten one like on a dare. Like, oh, you don't think I'll eat this booger?
Right.
Dare you 50 cents.
Do you eat boogers all the time? You know why?
Yeah.
When you go like this.
Oh, it's true, yeah.
That's eating boogers.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I worked in an office once with this girl and she was sick all the time and she'd always just be...
Yeah.
It's like, blow your fucking nose. Do you understand how your nose is working right now? There's snot in it.
Yeah.
It wants to get out. Blow it out. Quit sucking it back into your mouth.
Yeah.
Dude, I think some people seriously don't get that. That's what's happening. You're like swallowing your own snot. It's gross. Don't just be one of these people who's just constantly sniffling up their snot. Blow it.
Yeah.
Blow that fucking thing. Angela. What's wrong with you?
What the fuck, Angela? So rude.
It's rude. And she was the receptionist. So she's the first person everyone saw. She always had Kleenex all over her desk.
Yeah.
It's like, what's wrong with you?
I use nasal spray, man. Gets rid of it.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice.
All right. So, I don't know. What's your most embarrassing story? Do you have one you can think of off the top of your head? Tough question.
I do. I don't know if it's my most embarrassing, but it's one of them. And I think I've told this story on the show before, but when I was like 8 or 9, I want to say, we were on summer vacation at Venice Beach with my family.
Okay.
And we were leaving, and my dad told me to rinse off at those outdoor showers they have. And so I go over and I'm rinsing off, and he's like, "You're not doing it right." And he's like getting angry because he's, impatient dad on vacation.
Of course.
And so he like comes over and he like pulls my shorts down and he's like, you need to clean everything. You got sand everywhere.
Right.
And I'm old enough to know that I don't want total strangers looking at my naked body.
Right.
And so I'm just standing there bathing naked in front of the entire Venice Beach boardwalk.
Yeah.
And my dad's like screaming and yelling at me. And
That's rough.
It was pretty embarrassing.
I mean, yeah, in front of all those people.
Yeah.
There's sand
And like
in your
people are like
asshole.
laughing, like, oh my God, look at this kid. What the fuck is he doing naked?
Ugh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mine also sort of involves that too. I've mentioned this on the show once. In high school, I was hanging a sign with my hands up on the lockers, and I had sweatpants on, and somebody came up and depantsed me and pulled my underwear down too. So my dick was just out completely, and I was holding it. And I remember this girl Kathy totally saw the whole package. And it was cold too, man.
Did you guys go out?
No, it was freezing. It was like fall in Las Vegas. So I wasn't exactly chubbed up.
Pulled a Costanza, huh?
Major Costanza. Especially back then. I mean, who knows what I was working with.
Hopefully you were grooming back then, so it looked a little bigger?
No grooming. I would love to see sort of like the history of man chart, where he starts off as like an ape, the evolution of man up into like Homo sapien, Homo erectus. I'd like to see a side-by-side of my dick from when I was like 10, 10, no bush, and like a time lapse of my penis growing and the hair growing around
Oh,
it.
you don't have like a ruler, like, and you mark it every year, like on your birthday?
Oh, no.
I thought everyone did that.
I didn't have a ruler big enough.
Mine hasn't changed since I was like 7, maybe.
It was just 10 inches.
Yeah, I was like,
then. Your dad was
exactly.
like, you'll grow into that. My dad used to say that about my ears and teeth. You'll grow into them. And your dad would say that about your dick.
Exactly.
But no, I would love to know like what I was working with back then.
Yeah.
I just need to go find some 16-year-old right now and just check his dick out. Let's do another one and we'll get out of here. Hey guys, first let me give you a backstory. My boyfriend of 5 years recently started a job with the military working on airplanes. Recently, he's been telling me about the other guy's crazy sex stories and inviting him to go out with them and go to strip clubs. I'm not a controlling person, and I don't want to be because I want him to go out and have fun. But on the other hand, he's going to a strip club. So I guess my question is, how do you and your wives deal with strip clubs in your relationship? That sounds weird, but I don't know how to word it in a better way. At this point in our relationship, we haven't had sex. TMI, ha ha ha. We wanted to wait. Him more than me. So I'm worried he'll lose interest in me because I'm nothing like those girls. So, few things here. Mm-hmm. These people have been together for 5 years and they haven't had sex. So I'm trying to do the math here.
Yeah.
Where let's say at a minimum they started dating 14, 15. I mean, this guy has a real job for working on airplanes, so he can't be some 18-year-old scrub. Let's assume he's 23.
Okay.
Which means maybe they've been dating since 18. My point is, I can't believe you're not fucking.
Yeah. Maybe they're super religious, but then he wouldn't be going to strip clubs, right?
Exactly. Telling her crazy sex stories.
Yeah.
So that to me is the more interesting thing here, is if he's going to strip clubs and if he's relishing you with these sex stories. Because for me, when I was a kid and when I have conservative friends, I love to rile them up. And they like it too. Like when you can tell sort of a gross story to somebody who maybe they act one way, but they love to hear gross stuff. And that's the premise of this entire goddamn podcast, essentially. And so maybe they're trying to charge him up because he's really religious. But I don't think so, especially if he's coming home and be like, yo, you wouldn't believe what the guy said today. But then she also said it's his decision more than hers to wait. Wait for marriage?
Maybe these quote-unquote crazy sex stories are like, he comes home and he's like, they did it doggy style last night. Can you believe that?
He said he was hitting it from behind, spanked her butt. I mean, he spanked it.
I mean, I would never do that to you.
Unless you wanted to. But yeah, she said it's his thing. And so, look, I've said about strip clubs in the past, my wife doesn't care at all. She's more angry that I'm wasting money. If strip clubs were free, she'd probably go with me.
You think so?
No. My poor wife has only been to a couple strip clubs, and every time she's gone, it's been a terrible experience for her.
Yeah.
Because she's been, like, molested by the women there, or it wasn't, she didn't have fun.
Yeah.
Kind of like if a person went snowboarding and it was just so shitty, and you're like, no, listen, it's not always like this. I mean, I'm not like a strip club guy or something, but I've certainly had fun at them. And I feel like she could too. So how you deal with it, if you really don't want them to go, just be honest with them.
Yeah.
It's not about being jealous or controlling. Just be honest.
Yeah, my wife, I haven't been to a strip club in at least 8 years probably.
Yeah.
But I've like talked to my wife. I was like, yeah, it's a couple of my friends want to go to a strip club. She's like, you want to go to a strip club?
Right. Why?
Like, why? What are you, a pervert or something like that? I'm like,
Right.
no, she's gone to a strip club with me before. We went to Spearmint Rhino one time to meet up with some friends, and she was like, wow, these girls are really pretty. And she's like, oh my gosh, she has such a cute outfit. And I'm like, and then we went to like Little Darlings, and she was like, what the fuck? Where did you take me?
Oh my God, I know. Like if you go to a seedier one, with like the girls have like bruises, and they look sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so just be honest with your dude. You know, figure out. Sounds like he wants to have sex to me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe if he goes to the strip club, he'll come home and be like, you know what? I think it's time we have sex.
Right. And why wait? Is it a religious thing? You know, you may get down there and he might have like a triangle-shaped dick that won't fit inside your vagina. And you really want to be shackled to that the rest of your life?
It's true.
So just have sex at least once, or I mean, maybe she's at least sucking his dick or something.
I've got to imagine they've done everything except for sex.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Right?
You're probably right. They have to have.
Yeah.
They have to have. Let's do one more question, then we'll do a real treat. Hey, Dan, it's Albie Sure. You can use my song if you give Eddie a hand job. Has to be sensual and to completion. So, it drives a hard bargain.
I mean,
but it's worth it.
I mean, you've been doing a lot of housework lately, so your hands are probably a little rough. At the moment.
Yeah.
But if we go get you a nice manicure,
then
I think we can make that happen.
Okay, well, and of course it'll be sensual. You think I'm going to give a non-sensual hand job?
Are you telling me you don't think this Western European Jew could?
Right? Isn't that what Ukrainians are known for? Just working it. I just thought of the nastiest joke. When I was a kid, did you ever tell your friends jokes that were just disgusting?
Oh, all the time.
Stupid?
All the time.
Like, I feel like now I see my son watching, like, fail videos and stupid YouTube videos. Like, we didn't have that stuff. So instead, we would find and hear these disgusting jokes, and then we would tell them to each other.
Yeah.
And I don't know what made me think of it. Jerking somebody off just made me think of this one. So I have two here. Listen to this. So there is a kid who goes to a school. This is terrible. I'm sorry. There's a kid who goes to a school, and he's really bad. He's a really bad kid. He's always getting in trouble, and his name is Deeper. Have you heard this joke?
I have, yeah.
What are these jokes? They get like passed around.
I totally forgot about this, though.
So I'm trying to remember how it goes. God, he's like, his name's Deeper, which, by the way, this is already a terrible premise for a joke because the name is ridiculous. His name's Deeper. He's always in trouble. And one day the principal busts into a classroom and he sees him, I don't know, putting a ruler up a teacher's butt. And the principal runs in and he goes, Deeper, Deeper. And he says, I'm trying. I'm trying, principal. I used to love to tell that joke.
Yeah.
And then there's this other joke that I used to tell, and I don't remember it either, where it was about like a hooker, an old hooker, who had a really scratchy vagina, and then but she also got the most Johns would come to her, and the punchline was that she would pop the pimples in her pussy and let the pus run or something. Just disgusting. What? Dude, just disgusting. What?
Okay, you need to look that.
I need to find it. Please
tell the punchline and have it be that crazy.
I need to find out the entire joke. Maybe that's what I should do in the show, is just tell the punchline and then tell people
about
Google it. I wish I could remember it. I wasn't planning on talking about this, but it would be funny to know if anyone else out there, like, what were those dirty jokes when you were in junior high that you would pass along like that? Because I don't think that's anymore. Like, instead now you send somebody a fail video. Yeah. You know, and you're not having to tell a joke is hard, even as a junior high kid. I just butchered those two jokes, and I'm a grown man with a show. All right, let's do a real treat, Eddie, and we'll call it a night. I don't even know what time we're running at here. Let's see. Maybe will YouTube say where we're at? Got to keep it tight. 50 minutes. Okay, we're looking good here. Yeah, I don't know if he Moldy about Albie Shore using the theme song. Yeah, I should bring that up again. I might have to in a court of law. Go ahead. You have to sneeze?
Yeah, I thought so. Okay. It's not coming. I'll probably do it on the show though.
Yeah,
I'll save it. I'll save it for the show.
It's that time again. Come on. If it's Bailey's in your coffee or it's beating your meat, come on, Dan and Eddie, tell me what's the real treat.
Eddie, before we get to the real treat, during the break when I pop in to bring the music up, I always look in the chat room where we stream the show, and Moldy Orange Peel mentioned that I have said on the show that Albie Shore did say we could use the song. Look, I don't know if it'll hold up in a court of law. I did interview him.
Yeah.
When the show first started, it was like episode 15. I chose this song. I loved it. I asked him to be interviewed on the show, and he did. I told him we used it, and he said, cool.
Yeah.
Or something, which to me means okay.
Yeah, but he definitely did not even know what he was doing when you interviewed him. Like, he didn't know what he was on.
Right. Ahead of the curve. He probably never done a podcast before.
Yeah, he's just like, I don't know. I'm talking to a guy on the phone.
Right.
And he likes to play my music in the background. Cool.
Right. Well, that was the thing, too, is because he was such a big celebrity, Mr. Sure. You know, it's not like he was in a studio on a microphone. He called me from his cell phone to my Skype, which was a number because, of course, I couldn't get his phone number. God forbid I get Albie Sure's phone number. It was also funny when I interviewed Dan the Beast, the UFC fighter.
Yeah.
And the funniest part about that, too, is where he's like, somebody on Twitter has my name at Dan the Beast. And I said, yeah, it's me. I'm that guy, Dan. You jackass.
And he still didn't get it.
He didn't get it. Sailed right over his head. All right, Eddie. What's your real treat this week?
You already spoiled it.
Yeah, but, sorry. Go for it.
Atlanta.
Yeah, is it good?
Yeah. Do you not watch it? You haven't seen the first season?
And I love Donald Glover.
Doing? Yeah, what are you doing with your life? Watching 13 Reasons Why.
Seriously.
Fuck that bullshit. Get on Atlanta.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
Tonight.
It's good. And it's back.
Great.
Excited.
I love getting on season 2 of a show when season 1 is there chilling.
Yeah.
Because I'll start season 1, and by the time I'm almost done with it, season 2 might be over.
Yeah.
And this isn't the kind of show where I am like avoiding spoilers or, you know, it's not like that. So I could have totally a season in the can and still be great.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited. You can watch it on the FX app too.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. So
I'll see you there.
Check it out.
I'm gonna check it out. What's mine? Oh, mine's a show too. So I've mentioned on the show a lot that the library is the shit.
Yeah.
And maybe it's something that you don't really get back into as a grown-up until you have children, because it's a fool's game to buy your kids books.
Yeah.
You may buy like 1 or 2 of these books from your childhood. You know, you got a copy of Goodnight Moon, some bullshit that someone gave you as a gift. And maybe it's like a really nice old first edition Peter Rabbit book that your daddy used to read to you, and now your daddy's dead. And I don't know. That's fine. But otherwise, unless you're a piece of shit parent who never gets your kids' books, you're going to go through so many books.
Yeah.
You have to go to the library. And you go to the library, you get kids' books all the time, but there's also movies at the library. You know, Blockbuster's dead, 24-hour video, Hollywood Video, whatever, is dead. But the library still has a big DVD selection.
Yeah.
In fact, you can get on a waiting list for like The Shape of Water, Dunkirk,
Oh, wow,
Get
I didn't
Out.
know that.
All these movies are at the library.
That's awesome.
You might have to wait.
Yeah.
Because there's a waiting list. But, excuse me, sooner or later, you're going to get it. If you can't find it elsewhere. And every so often, my kids go in there to get a book, and they pull out a show, and they got this really weird cartoon called The Moon Man.
Okay.
And it's based on a book from like the 70s, like a kid's book. Man, if you're a stoner or if you have children, I can't recommend this enough. It's called Moon Man. And I don't know, it's from like 2012 or something like that. But the book is really old. It's unbelievably cool looking. Like the art style is ridiculous and weird and beautiful. And it's very America feeling right now because it's about the president of the world, and he wants to like conquer the moon, but the Moon Man is now on Earth, and the kids can't sleep because children need to see the man in the moon. It's really weird. but it's just about this president who's a prick. I mean, he's basically like a Trump
Okay.
style dictator. And yeah, it's just very weird and very cool. And it's called Moon Man.
Huh.
And I recommend checking it out.
So for stoners and kids.
Yeah, because the art style is weird, super weird,
Mm-hmm.
and my kids just love it. So check it out.
It's funny you say stoners and kids because like kids act like stoners.
They really do.
You know what I mean? Like just their amazement and their wonder.
Right.
Because I remember the last time we were over here for breakfast, I think our in-laws were in town.
Yeah.
And Evan was sitting at the kitchen table and he was just like staring out the window. I was like, "What are you looking at?" And he said, "Oh, the steam coming off of those hash browns in the sun looks crazy." And so I'm like looking and it's swirling and it does look crazy,
Right.
but like you don't say that unless you're stoned or you're a child.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
To see the beauty in the smoke
Yeah.
from a hash brown.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. He might have been high too, though.
could have been. Yeah.
I mean, he smokes a lot of weed. So yeah, check
Medicinal.
it out. Of course.
Yeah.
Moon Man.
Moon Man.
All right. That's it, Eddie. Show's over. So what do we know? Review the show. You know, drop us a review or a rating. You can sign up for our Patreon, our store. People are buying stuff again, which is pretty cool. Maybe it's because in the live stream, I'm always drinking out of my sweet Save for the Show mug.
Oh, should we show our new cards?
Yeah, we got new cards
I don't
too,
know
which are
where this,
super cool.
if I'm even on there, but
Lots
yeah,
going on.
Check it out.
All right. And that's it. So otherwise, Amanda Hug and Kiss. This is a song from episode 149. It's called Oh No by the Monarchies. And that's it. Otherwise, this is episode 283 of Save for the Show with Dan and Eddie. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.
See you.
All right. Righty-dighty. Well, that's it. Thanks,
Good job.
everybody, for hanging out.
Good luck editing that.
I know. Angry, but it was worth it. Bye.
Peace.